We're gonna pick up where we left off yesterday. We're gonna go out here and move the cows again. We had them in that little pen. Oh, look at the kids. What are they doing? What are y'all doing? We're gonna move them over here. The kids are gonna help me this morning. Say good morning, Ellie.
Good morning.
She didn't mean it. I'm helping Maggie right now. Maggie is our water czar. Tell them what you do every day in the morning, Max.
Fill them up and...
Fill what up? The cows?
The water troughs.
Oh.
Well, I guess technically it fills the cows up with the water.
Yeah, Maggie fills up our water troughs every single morning, and we're gonna help her do that today.
Help.
She talking about I'm helping. You see this? This is what you absolutely don't want. You don't want your ground all plugged up like that. You really don't want it even to that level, but this is a main thoroughfare right here. Hercules! Hercules! And they just come through, and I'm gonna end up feeding some hay right here to try to cover this up. Kind of hot out here, ain't it?
Sure.
Ooh, that's wet. I don't want to throw it up there. All right, come on, let's get on the gator. What are you doing?
I'm coming to do stuff with y'all because I'm not okay with the cows right now. Why do you do the pigs? I don't know what y'all do.
Why aren't you doing the pigs?
Because I need my buckets.
There's no buckets in the feed room?
There's one bucket. I need more than one bucket.
Well, tell them what you do in the morning, Telly.
Get up, take the trash out. Go to the
Not
barn,
that
fix
kind.
I fixed the pig feed, and I've been feeding the cows first lately because Dad doesn't like me feeding the pigs first.
No. So what she means is that we have depending on what we're doing in the morning, we'll do stuff in certain orders. So if we're moving the cows, then go ahead and feed the pigs. Hint, hint. Get off the gator. And if we're doing something with the pigs or whatever, then we'll feed the cows first. Or if it doesn't matter, then we'll just feed the cows first, whatever order. But we're gonna move the cows right now. Unplug that fence. My best to move the cows every day. Sometimes it doesn't work because they'll be in a field and we'll have another commitment early in the morning, and I won't be able to fire the tractor up to move the little creep feeder and everything, because I like the calves to be there with the creep feeder all the time. And every once in a while, you know, we'll let them go a day without it, but you know, it's the little things that count. Repetition is what makes people good, and it's also what makes them calves good. Now, why do they want that grass right there so bad? They don't. If you look at it really close, somebody has spilled some feed right there. You see that? Look at that. Ain't that a sight? Today's the day, 31A. No, it's not. My friend Jeremy from the National Resource Conservation Service is going to come later, and we're going to look at all these fences right here. You can see that. We had a monster flood back in late summer, early fall, and this place just got absolutely destroyed. All of our fences, the length of the creek, got knocked down, or this happened to them. I mean, you look at that. Look how high the water was here. This is all underwater. Push that. You see that grain bin right there? That was underwater. It was sitting over here, and we lost a whole thing of grain in there of show feed for the animals. So it was just a bad deal. But he's gonna come today, and we're gonna look at this fence and the damage to the field, most of which we've already cleaned up. We were very lucky. We didn't have as much damage as a lot of people, but it was not fun. It actually destroyed our barn. The barn was old, but you know, raging floodwaters pushing against the side and making it cave in, that don't help nothing when you got old junk to start with. So they're gonna come and look at the fences. I think they'll be able to help with that. They can't help with the barn, and maybe some of the cleanup cost, but we're gonna hope for the best. This one gets some special treatment. Get on. Go. Go. And the rest, get this. Maggie, just tie her up to the feed trough right there. Good time, travelers. We're going back in time. She is the best kid that you could ask for. All of them are, you know, I can't say that about one of the kids, but look at her. She saw me, she anticipated the need, she walked over here so I wouldn't have to get out of the tractor. Man, can you ask for anything better? Hey Moo Moo, come across the bottom one. Or both of them, okay? Hey, look now. Look. You got that wrap? Yeah, put it down. Now just hook that on that. There you go. Hook it on that one. Good job. I still got to fix it, but I'm not going to say nothing. You want to encourage your kids when they do that kind of stuff. So the next thing that we got going on is, look at our hours on there. It's 500.8 hours. And I happen to know that we're due for a service at 500 hours. Whenever I get done putting this fence up right here, we're gonna go to the house and call the John Deere dealership and get them to send a service truck down here to service the tractor. And I've actually got a leaky tire up here that I'm gonna see if they'll fix too. Not gonna put any fluid in there or anything because the tires are basically done for unless you can reuse it. I don't think that's a thing. Probably definitely not a thing, but if it is, maybe we'll look into it. But it's pretty expensive, so I'm probably not going to do that in conjunction with the service right now. Wait till we get some new tires and then do it. We'll just see if they can plug it or patch it or whatever you do with a tractor tire. So, all right, let's get this fence put up. Good job. Look at the calf club over here. I couldn't put the fence up because Ellie beat me to it. Good job, Ellie. It is warm, isn't it? We got bees out today.
It's like what, 7 degrees? Hot.
Yippee! Hey, I want y'all to feed Petunia, what's the cow's name? Yep, feed her and then go in and do your schoolwork. And put her up, don't leave her tied up right there. Hey, can I get your service department, please? Hey, I've got a tractor that needs serviced, and I need it hauled. It's a 5100E. It's the 500-hour service, whatever that is. Thank y'all. Bye-bye. Okay, that's off the list. They get over here and knock down this fence. I'm gonna tell you something about having an electric fence, especially for a perimeter fence. If you ain't got baby cattle, and I don't mean like little bitty ones, I mean ones that's babies that you can go up and tell them what to do and they'll do it. Sometimes, you know, occasionally they'll be rambunctious, but if you can't go and just kind of walk them into what you need them to do, this kind of fencing is not gonna work because they do get out. For sure, they get out. And you've got to be able to go over here and say, hey, get back in, and then jump in. If you got a bunch of wild cattle, then they're not going to stay in a fence like this at all. And even worse than not staying in the fence is not getting them back in. So keep that in mind whenever you fence in your place. And by the way, this is temporary. This is just us trying to get fences back up. We fenced all of it except for this little section right here. And I put them black posts in and just ran them as temporary fence because we're doing a stream bank project with Conservation Service. But all of this fence along the creek, the rest of the length of the farm down through there, this is what it looks like. Right here. Brand new fence. Now granted, this is all reused materials on this side. Telephone poles and that kind of stuff. I stopped right here where you can't see from the road with the nice post. But the rest of it, just destroyed. Number one thing to have your fence work though is to make sure that you've got it turned on. That seems to be the number one failure. It's us having the fence turned off at this place. Whether it be the solar charger, whether it be the actual plug-in 10-mile fence, or no, that's a 30-mile fence. I don't know. The charger box, that usually is the culprit of the cows getting out. It's not because there's a gate left open. It's not because they slipped through it or got wild or did anything like that. It's because one of us left the fence unplugged. And that's why they just got through a second ago, is because the fence wasn't hooked up to the box fence. And we thought it was, we didn't check it. When you put your fence charger up, make sure that it's facing towards the direction of the sun. Notice it's facing that way, where the sun's coming from. And here's your crash course in electric fences. You put the red on the hot, which is the wire. Remember, it's a hot wire fence. And the best way to do it is with the ground rod, but if you ain't got one, look what you can do. You can use a T-post. And if you've got tame cattle, you can turn it on. See that right there? Oh, get my fat head out of the way. See that right there? That blinking light, that means it's on. And if you hear it clicking on something, that means it's grounding out. I think it's pretty good right here. Here's exactly what I'm talking about. This got home and she is outside the fence. Get back in. Go. Come on. No, no, no. You know what? We're gonna get the gate open first. Come on. We spilt some feed out here that was junk feed. We didn't spill it. It was from the flood. It was all nasty, moldy feed. And she keeps breaking out and trying to eat it off the ground. Get back in there. Hey, hey, get in there. Good girl. Don't be getting out no more. Yeah, you got hit, didn't you? Now we've got two more things that we got to get done today. Number one, we're going to take down this long strand of fence that cuts the place in half. And the other thing we're going to do is we're going to take some survey stakes, or really what they're for is for forming up concrete, you know, with the little holes in them. And we're going to lay us out our new barn. So that's what the dozer's doing here. Whenever we had the flood, it pushed in our barn a little bit. It pushed in our barn a lot. And we'd already discussed doing a new barn anyways, but that just sped the process up. So we're going to lay it out, and they're going to come and start doing the dirt work on Monday. And our building package should be here on the 7th of this month. Supposedly they can have it up 2 days after. Oh, hey, Maggie. Maggie's got us a hammer to put our stakes in with. Supposedly they'll have it in up 2 days after they get started. Maybe that's wishful thinking, but we'll see when they get here. For right now though, we need to just lay out where we want the actual building. Now, the structure itself is going to be 40 by 60, and it's going to have two 12-foot lean-tos, one on each side. The alley is going to go north to south, and then that makes it pretty obvious that the lean-tos are going to be on the west side and the east side. Now, on the east side, we're going to have some cattle stalls, and on the west side, eventually, the plan is to have a feed room, an office, maybe a cooler room. We're just going to mess with it and see where the money takes us. You know, this is not cheap. You start talking about a feed room and a cooler room and an office. Well, you've got concrete, you've got to finish it, you've got the cooling system, you've got all these things that you've got to consider. So maybe some of that stuff won't ever come to fruition, but for sure, not for sure, Lord willing, we are going to have us a covered place to put our hay, to put our tractors, and to stall some of the show cattle. So right now, we're just going to put some stakes in and get ready to do the dirt work. We're trying to figure out how far off of our existing fence that we want our alleyway to be between that gate down there and what will be a gate over here probably. There it is, that's 60 foot, and we're 17 foot off this fence. That gives us about a foot of play. We can put us a 8-inch post in and then have room to keep the animals off the metal of the building. You know, if we wanted to put rails up or whatever, boards. Okay, so that is the outside of our runner. Now, we want to measure over 64 foot. Hold us a stake right there. Give me the hammer, please. Right there's a stake. Okay, now, hold it straight up and down. Now we're gonna see if you trust me.
I don't.
We don't have any tape or any orange spray paint, but we've got white. So we're gonna mark these white until we can get something better. White is better than nothing, because the color they are now, it just looks like the ground. We about whipped it for the day, y'all. The only thing I've got left is I'm gonna take down this hot wire fence behind me. Thank you for hanging out with us. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. If you don't get a notification when we put out new stuff, it's because you haven't hit the bell. If you snoop around on our channel a little bit, you'll find it. It's on there. Hit the bell, and every time we put out a new video, you'll get a notification on your phone. Don't forget, hit the like button if you like the video. If you didn't like it, go ahead and hit that like button. Leave us a comment. Follow us on Instagram at Baker Family Farms. God bless y'all. Happy Vlogmas and Merry Christmas.